Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Back with my original segment, Ego Weight Watchers, aka ILL, where I give you guys a look at the fighters, especially if they have a fight coming up, their body, before, after progress pictures, let you know what they're looking like. Now, May 6th, it goes down. You have the biggest names from Mexico in Mexican boxing, and just big names in general. And that's Saul Canelo Alvarez, Mr. Born Ready, and Fantastico, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. A lot on the line. It's for all the marbles, for all the bragging rights. This is a fight that has been lingering in the back of the minds of a lot of fans for years. Since these guys really started making a name in the States, they were coming up around the same time, and people were like, who's going to pan out to be the best? Who would win if they ever fought? And it didn't look like they were going to fight. Now they are fighting. I just got back from Los Angeles. I had a busy couple of days. I went to the press tour, and it was crazy. It was lit. There was a ton of people there. It was a madhouse, and the footage coming soon. I got back, it's late at night. I'm just dropping this video for you guys real quick. You know how I do, but I'll upload the footage soon, probably tomorrow, and you guys can take a look at it. I seen the face-offs, but in those actual in-person face-offs from being at the press tour, seeing the pictures, one thing that those things don't do justice for is the picture you see on screen as I'm speaking. And they're doing some kind of promo spot, like probably for their trailer, a build-up green screen like they always do with these big fights. And they're gonna probably send it out to DirecTV, and it's just a promo spot. So they had both of the fighters. One thing that you immediately see, just like you see in the title, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. next to Canelo looks gigantic. He looks massive. Now again, when we noticed this in Mexico City, that was the press tour, the first stop, and a lot of people were hitting me up and talking about it. I even talked about it in past videos where you see Chavez towering over, but now you get a chance to see them both shirtless like they would be in their final form when they're fighting, and you get to see how massive Chavez is next to Canelo. Pause. I made a video. I'm gonna keep saying it until the fight. Check it out. It's called 7 Reasons Why Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. is not easy work for Canelo Alvarez. The video's been up. It has almost 100,000. Maybe at this point of releasing this video, it'll be there. I don't know. I haven't checked it. But seeing these press tour pictures, actually going to the LA stop of the press tour and seeing this promo spot, I mean, this makes me almost certain of what I was saying in that particular video, that this is not going to be an easy fight, really, for either. But the reason I made that particular video is because there is this notion that Canelo's going to blow through Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. And I don't see that, because if they were naturally the same size, that'd be one thing. But in all honesty, and it is funny because people say I hate Canelo now. I just state my opinions, people. I don't have anything against either of these. If I hated one guy, I'm not going to drive 6 hours to go to their event. I'm not going to support it. I'm not going to do videos about them. I would just let them starve. I don't hate none of these people, but I just speak my mind, and that's not going to change. And the reason I made the 7 reasons is because a lot of people are under this impression that Canelo is going to destroy Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. and he's this lazy bum and he's a massive underdog. And that's not how I see the fight playing out. And it's namely because of the size differential. Again, if they were naturally the same size, it'd be one thing. Or even if Canelo was at 160 and then he was just meeting him at 164.5, that'd be one thing. But Canelo, in his very last fight with Liam Smith, a fight no one really wanted to see, in Texas, that was at 154. And his other 5 fights or whatever consecutively had been at 155. He has no experience not sparring. I'm talking about under the bright lights, contracted weight at 160 or better. So this is going to be a good barometer to see how he does north of 160 pounds. But since he's moving up so much weight, double digits, I think it's going to be interesting. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., for all his faults, he's there to be hit and stuff. I do think he's tough. And a lot of you guys got to know your boxing, whether you're picking Canelo. I don't care. That's another thing. Some of you guys are under this impression that it matters to me. My bank account is not going to change if Canelo wins, and it's not going to change if Chavez Jr. wins. I can state my opinion and then keep it pushing. Some of you guys get too vested in this and like, oh, this, and you act like this is earth-shattering. I don't care who wins, to be honest. I just want to see a good fight. I'm a boxing fan. But beyond that, I think it's going to be a tough and compelling fight. You know what I mean? And that's just really how I see it. And again, it's evident from the picture. You see, if Canelo goes in there and just absolutely destroys Chavez Jr., and Chavez Jr. looked fine on the scale, didn't look like he was about to pass out or anything, like the weight just tapped him, which we'll be able to instantly see. If he makes it and rehydrates fine, then I see it being a tough fight. But if with that being said, if Canelo goes in there and just demolishes him and just breaks him down, then I will give Canelo all the credit in the world for doing that against a much bigger person. Again, Chavez Jr., he's not known for his defense. He's there to be hit. He could be lazy and things like that. But you got to know your boxing. And a lot of people make the worst comparisons that I really read in these comment sections. They're bringing up Canelo and Sergio Martinez. What does Sergio Martinez have to do with Canelo? Sergio had already moved up to 160 and had actual fights at 160. Darren Barker, Matthew Macklin. You can say, okay, they're not world beaters, but he still had experience. He also fought massive punchers like Kelly Pavlik before. You know what I mean? Guys like Paul Williams who are drastically taller than him. Canelo has fought a lot of guys who are a lot smaller than him. Floyd Mayweather, he was grossly outweighed on fight night. You look at Josecito Lopez, a guy who was a career 140 pounder, shocked Victor Ortiz at 147, and then moved up again to fight Canelo Alvarez at 154. You know what I mean? With no experience up there. And he looked bloated at the weigh-in. These are all facts. You guys go look at the Google Josecito Lopez versus Canelo and tell me Josecito looked like he put on the weight right and he looked like a natural 154 pounder. Plus, with all these weight jumps, notice the Kell Brook, oh, I'm going to fight Golovkin, I'm a middleweight. Amir Khan, oh, I'm going to fight Canelo, I'm really a middleweight or whatever, right? Why aren't these guys, after they lose, why don't you still stay up there? You know what I'm saying? Because that's the reality check. They thought the pounds wouldn't make a difference, and then they moved back down. Kell Brook's fighting Errol Spence at 147. Yes, he probably has to struggle a bit to make weight, but that's closer to where he should be than 160 is straight away with no acclimation. It doesn't work like that. Same thing, Amir Khan. He said, "Oh, I'm a big, strong guy, and this is my natural weight. I was killing myself to make welterweight." And then Canelo knocks you out, and you drop back down to welterweight. And now they're saying he's fighting Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? So why don't these people stay at that weight? Why don't, whatever weight, win, lose, or draw, why don't you stay at that weight? It's because they don't belong at that weight, right? Period. And again, a lot of people are making these weird comparisons, like Sergio Martinez, he's a fast guy. Canelo has fast hands, Sergio has fast hands, but the big difference is Sergio's a southpaw. He's unorthodox, hands at his waist, and he can dance around with you. He's a bicyclist and a soccer player turned boxer late, and he uses his legs very well. Canelo has very slow feet. But on the flip side, Canelo does exceptionally well against guys who don't move. If you bring the fight to him, he'll chop you the fuck down. That's why most people believe this is going to be a war. Canelo's best performances have been against guys who are, for lack of better words, more one-dimensional, come-forward brawler guys like James Kirkland, Alfredo Angulo, or much smaller. But Canelo has faced a lot of guys who are much smaller than him. You know what I mean? Cotto looked tiny next to him. So it's going to be interesting. I don't care what anybody says. To me, it'll be interesting because it's not Cotto you're in there with. It's not Mayweather. It's going to be harder to move this Chavez Jr. dude who's towering over you like this, and he has this big ass head. You know what I mean? It's a different ball game. So, and I like the discipline. I'm telling you guys, I like seeing Chavez Jr. look like he's going for it. Win, lose, or draw, this is his shot at redemption. And I really don't know if I'm gonna pick Canelo, because I can easily see Canelo winning because he's the better boxer. He has more skills to me than Chavez Jr. But Chavez he could take a beating. And I mean, that's not necessarily a good thing, but that with the size differential and the fact that I've seen Canelo fight in spots, I don't know. I might pick Chavez Jr. Like Floyd said, we just have to wait and see. Happy 40th birthday, Floyd Mayweather. Let me know what you guys think from the pictures. Ego Weight Watchers, aka Ill. Chavez Jr. looks huge next to Canelo, and if Canelo gasses out, then that's going to be a problem. And there's guys, this is another thing I noticed about Chavez, is like I said, he could take a beating. Andy Lee has stretched guys like John Jackson, Matt Korobov. He knocked down Peter Quillin. Shout out to my dude Kid Chocolate, who's a big dude. Like I just said bye to Peter Quillin and touch his shoulder. The dude is solid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Pause. So Andy Lee knocked him down, and Chavez was literally walking through his punches and like baiting him, like, come on, okay. Like basically like he was a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like how Antonio Margarito was doing to Cotto. He's saying he punches like a girl, and he just kept, even though his face was showing a different story, he was just kept walking through this shit. So that could be dangerous, because Canelo's gonna have to work in there. And again, look at the picture. This dude is bigger, but I don't know who I'm gonna pick. You guys let me know who you're picking, and what do you think of this picture? Chavez just looks gigantic next to Canelo in this HBO promo spot. Shout out to Golden Boy for putting on this fight. I think it'll do good numbers. Like I said, I was at the LA press tour and it was bananas. Let me know what you guys think. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you share the video, like the video. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.